so much for your support.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There are more waving.
Hello and welcome to Artrageous34. I am Dr. Kurt Steinberg, President of Montserrat College of Art in Beverly, where creativity works. Thank you for being here tonight to celebrate the Montserrat community and support our students by helping us to raise money for scholarship aid. You will have the opportunity to bid generously on some amazing artwork, knowing that every dollar raised truly makes a difference for our students. Montserrat provides our students approximately $5 million a year in scholarship assistance, and your attendance, purchases, and donations here tonight go a long way in helping us support their creative lives.
Hello and welcome. I want to thank you for being a part of this. It has been a crazy semester, and this is not exactly how we wanted to meet tonight, but it is more critical than ever to be supportive of our community. You will purchase some great art, but more importantly, the real purpose of tonight is to support the next powerful generation of creative people. The next generation of truth tellers and difference makers. If you want to be part of that, then bid tonight and support us and our students. Be a difference maker.
I was thinking a little bit about this earlier because I think one of the things Montserrat does particularly well is help students transform to become something else. Many of our students they came to an art design school because they were probably one of the best artists in their high school. And someone at some point said, here, go do this thing. But I've never been to a place where you see so much growth. They get here, they're a little wide-eyed, trying to figure out the way that college works, the way they work, the way they fit into the world works. And they come here and they start off in a foundation program that helps make sure everyone has the same skills. And then each year, they get more agency, more independence, and by the time they leave, they're telling us what they want from their education. And that's just an amazing place to be, rather than us saying to a senior, this is what you need to know to go out in the world. These guys are telling us what they want to know, what they need to learn to be successful after this. That's a great place for education to be.
In my opinion, what sets Montserrat apart is that the faculty and the staff and the students at Montserrat truly care. And they care about creativity, integrity, connection, exploration, discovery, empathy, and pushing each other forward.
I feel like I could go to any teacher and with whatever situation, doesn't have to be in my major, didn't have to be in my class. If I heard a teacher knew about something or had experience with something, I felt fully comfortable to go to them and ask. I'm accepted here no matter what I do, whoever I am. And that's something I didn't get to experience in high school. And so coming to Montserrat, it was so refreshing that it was a comforting and accepting environment.
And so that was the first time in my entire life that I got into a community where they basically encourage non-judgmental environment where if you're creative, it was beautiful.
There's no day that he's not excited to share good things about us, whatever that he does at school. Montserrat is like a family already for us, that I know that is a home for you, Erin. So that is why we don't really think twice. That's why we recommended it to him.
And also for those students to find a voice kind of in a small pond, right? Like they feel known. I think in a professional context that they really have never felt like they can contribute in that same way before. And that is, that's hands down, like the most magical part of Montserrat.
I want to show you his sister. Did she ever showed you that?
I don't think so.
Let me show you. I'll say bye now.
Erin!
Hi, how are you?
Good. I was just seeing all your artwork.
This is his room.
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
It is.
Erin, you have so much work.
Yeah, I still have a lot. Yeah, I have a lot of work on my wall. Well, hopefully I'll see you in the fall,
Yeah, that's the plan.
Stay healthy.
You too. See you later, Erin.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thanks, May. So we'll be in touch in a few days, okay?
Okay, be safe, okay? Take care.
You too. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
We're training students to be in a world that is, really quickly changing. So in many ways, you have to be very present with how you can be of use to their development, knowing that in 5 years, that software platform is going to be changed. So what are the values that you can really teach that can stay? How can you really have an impact?
Lots of our students go on to MFA programs. They go to Yale, they go to Columbia, they go to MassArt, they go all over the country, but not just in MFA programs. They also become scholars in different areas. And I think that's true of our career programs too. So we do have students who have gone on to California to work in the animation industry, to work at Nickelodeon, to work at Disney. But we also have students who become a designer at a local firm. We have students who they didn't study it here, but those creative skills have helped them develop fashion lines. They become fashion designers. They work in architects' offices.
This past year, as I walked around my students' drawing easels, teaching them, seeing them work hard, covered in charcoal, I often thought about how I was now on the other side. And I found myself repeating many of the important and life-changing things that my Montserrat teachers had taught me.
So I got the job within like 5 days of randomly applying before a board meeting. And my boss said, we had 95 applicants and we saw where you went to school, we saw your previous client work, and we didn't want to interview anyone else. After that first interview, we wanted you.
I think just training students to be agile, training them to be resilient, and training them to be confident that they can learn any software platform that comes their way so that they are in a mode of problem solving and feel like they can kind of tackle anything that comes their way so that they can just get their vision, move their vision forward and move their vision forward while connected to a community of people that can really make that happen and make it expand. That's at the root of the work that I do, but it's also at the root of how you train individuals to be in a world that you don't know what it will look like in 5 years, or 1 year, or for example, this year in 1 month.
I said, Montserrat really cares about me, and I really care about them. I actually continue to talk about Montserrat, my teachers, the experiences I had, the opportunities. Even up until my last month of grad school, I was mentioning teachers and things that had happened.
So when you fast forward to today, when I look around trying to see things I can be grateful for, people I can thank, people I can give back to, Montserrat pops up, right at the top of the list, because this was like my first place where I belonged, where I was helped, where I was instilled with the courage and the talent that I have now. It grew and budded, basically in Montserrat. So I think it's important for me to be part of this event and give back to something that gave me so much. When we are part of something like this, we should all know that it's not just a matter of like you gave someone education. You literally are giving someone a family, a community, self-belief, and it lasts way beyond them even graduating, which is the most amazing thing ever.
It is the 50th anniversary of the college, and we did just finish our strategic plan. And there's obviously a past that's worth celebrating, and amazing things have happened here in 50 years. But I think in all of those 50 years, there's also been always a focus on the future. What happens to the students when they graduate? What kind of jobs do they get? What kind of interests do they have? And that continues today. And of course, right now, everything is changing. The technology is changing. At this point, the iPhone has been around for 10 years. And it's impossible for us to imagine what the world was like before we had a computer in our pocket, more powerful than the family computer we had at home 10 years ago.
But I think also there's a momentum that's happened in the last, 4 years that's really kind of, there are more like-minded individuals who really understand what a Montserrat student needs to thrive and knows how to kind of turn and pivot and innovate to help those students and kind of to follow the students in a certain way. I think in a lot of ways, Montserrat College of Art is growing up in the sense that, we now have this 3D printing lab. Our facilities are starting to look a little bit more like the sophisticated concepts that a lot of the curriculum is built on.
We've made a lot of sort of headway in digital fabrication in the last 2 or 3 years. And what's been amazing is how do we use that tool? These are printers and laser cutters that have been designed and engineered for a very specific function. And suddenly we say to artists, here, you go into that space and now do something fun. And they start pushing the tools in ways people never imagined. So we go back to that cell phone example, right? It's not just about like what you do with your typical cell phone, play music, use the camera, but our students are thinking about how do I use that tool to tell stories? How do I use that tool to express some sort of thing in the world? And I think we're really good at that.
The success of Montserrat is really important to Essex County. It's certainly important to Beverly. It's important in terms of the educational institutions that we have here in the county, which offer a pretty compelling set of values compared to what's available downtown. And ultimately, the advancement of arts and culture improves the quality of life in Essex County. I've seen the Business of Art course. I've seen the competition in digital game design. They're coming out of this experience with foundational skills to be effective citizens and participants in the workforce, and with really tremendous creative skill.
Thank you for being here tonight. We are grateful for your friendship. Now please join us for what I am sure will be a very animated live auction.